Hey guys, welcome back to the Man of War channel. What I have in my hand here is my new book, Redefining the 21st Century Man. Thank you for pushing it to the bestseller list. Best-selling, new release in 2 categories. Again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So with that said, I want to dive into a very important chapter here. It's the 16th discipline, all about avoiding mental paralysis. And we see this all the time. We see men freeze. We see men stop. And when they stop moving forward, their entire life gets broken down. I mean, I'm talking about men who at one point or another were doing great, they freeze. And they freeze because one of these important components, and I've broken it down for you. I'm going to go into it here with you so you can get an idea of why or what causes men to freeze. First and foremost, as we know, fear is a key destroyer of life. It destroys relationships, it destroys men from the inside out, and really it destroys dreams. That's the bottom line, guys. So as a destroyer, fear is king. Now, when we talk about fear, we're not just talking about being fearful of something, it's also being fearful of yourself. Not believing in yourself. So fear is the first component of really getting you to a point where you're freezing, you're stopping, you're not moving forward. Number 2, emotional letdown. Listen, we've been there. You go through a relationship, the woman leaves you. Your boss fires you. Your kids say you're a terrible father and they walk out the door. All right? These emotional letdowns are difficult to get through because they attack your self-confidence. They attack your self-worth. The reality here is this: emotional letdowns are a key component for men freezing in their tracks and stopping. So make sure that you are aware, okay, when you have an emotional letdown, because it can eat you up from the inside out. The next one is shock. Well, we know it. Something comes so hard at you and it drives at 100 miles an hour, attacks you from your core. And you're so shocked that you just don't know where to go. Left, right, so you, instead of moving one way or another and staying in action, you fucking stop. Shock is good when you use it. And we talk about the blitzkrieg method here in this book. But the reality was that when you get so shocked, you got to keep moving. Doesn't matter what happens. You move through it. Now, most men in a moment of shock will stop, will freeze. Let that not be you. Overthinking. Oh, man. Oh, man. Listen, we can go back and forth here, but this is death. Men constantly overthink everything and they fail to take action, and they use that mentality of procrastination where, you know what, I'm constantly thinking, so I'm leaving it in the back burner. Let me get to it later. Don't let that be you. When you're overthinking things, typically what happens is that you fail to be decisive. You fail to take action. So that leaves you standing still with no forward progression, no movement. Finally, the last component is feeling completely overwhelmed. Like if the world is on top of you and you feel like there's no way out, that there's so many things that are going on that you just don't know where to go. So you lock yourself into a box and you stay put. Don't let that be you. The idea with these components that actually attack your mind and freeze up your progression, these need to be completely isolated and attacked and destroyed. As a man of war, as a man of action, as a 21st century man, You need to have the ability to lock down and say, this is what I'm going through right now. And we break things down. How do you overcome these components that attack mental paralysis, that bring that paralysis into your life? And you sit in the same place over and over again. 5, 10, 15 years, you are at the same place that you were from your starting point. You just can't move forward. So we break that down in the book for you. But more importantly, I want to say this. You need to isolate these components. You need to break them down, and then you need to destroy them. You need to overcome them. You need to move beyond them and start growing from them. Do not let them attack your mind and stop you from growing. My brothers, if you're liking this type of talk, this warrior mentality, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. First and foremost, I want you to drop some comments below. I want to know at one point in your life where you were mentally paralyzed, where you just couldn't take action, but somehow you overcame that. What you did to overcome that. I would love to hear about that. Finally, the most important aspect here is this that you can give us, okay? I'll throw value and constant value through these videos. We work hard putting it together, but I would love for you to do this for me. I would love for you to smash that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so every time we bring in a new video, it notifies you. The idea is we are building this YouTube. This is going to be a home page for us, a home channel, and I want you to be part of this growth. All right, one last thing. If you haven't watched this video here about mentality, is about forging yourself, I want you to go ahead and watch this video. All right, it's important for you to continue watching some of what we have here so you start understanding what the Man of War Paragon is all about and this warrior life that we have. Until next time, my brother, God bless. We'll talk soon.